some interviews that have been taking place in some local media. And on this interview, we followed it, we realized that there are some priests of the Missionary Sons of Peter that were granted this interview that rocked the Diocese of Buea. Now, I don't know if you are aware of this group of priests.
Yes, I know them. I'm aware of them. Their presence here in the diocese.
But I don't know, did you watch that video?
I have not. Up to this moment I'm talking with you, I have not seen the video.
Okay. But this video, those who have watched it, carries a series of serious questions that I would like to start asking you whether you have a solution to some of these problems. There are about 98 religious priests or religious persons that has been banned by your successor, Bishop Bibi. And so this problem continues because these people can no longer be part of their services. I don't know if you are aware of this situation.
Yes, I know that it's more than a year since they were suspended from any pastoral work, pastoral activity in the Diocese of Buea.
Okay, Reverend, these 98 religious persons who were banned by your successor, Bishop Michael Bibi, to continue their religious profession in the Diocese of Buea. The question I wish to ask now is, did you incardinate or ordain or create this religious group following maybe proper canonical process?
Yes.
And laws?
Yes, we did everything according to due canonical form. We worked on that. That is, I accepted them as the bishop at the time in the Diocese of Buea. They came from outside, and which means that I allowed them to establish here. That's official.
Yeah.
And I wrote out that there is a form you have to do to say you people are welcome here. You can establish. Then for incardination, once you sign those things and they are doing and getting training in the diocese, they are part of it. We call that incardination. So they are taken into the diocese, they become part of the diocese. Just like the diocesan priests you have here. Yes, they are like that. And then ordination. We follow also due process in before ordaining people. So if you are not of good standing, you will not ordain them. And I will just say 2 or 3 things about that.
Yes.
Normally, during formation, preparation for ordination as a Catholic priest, the people in the formation house, they evaluate each member at least once a year. They take each candidate, talk about him, and write a report to the bishop. So all these people, all of them, were in major seminaries recognized by the Catholic Church in Nigeria. I sent them there every year to do a letter to all the seminaries.
Okay.
Please, I have so many of these people, if you take them. And the rectors will accept them. Once they accept them, and then they evaluate every time and send me the reports, we keep the files for each candidate. So at the end, when they do the final evaluation for priestly ordination, if they say it's positive, it's positive. If there's no other contrary view about the person, he will be ordained. Secondly, their community, the association to which they belong, they have to recommend them for ordination. They say, this is one of our members. We think that he is worthy of being ordained as a priest. Could you please ordain him for us? Then thirdly, they call the banns. You know, like in the Catholic Church, when you want to get married,
yes,
to get what you call the sacrament of marriage, they call your banns in the church. Mr. John, Madam Mary, they want to be married. Has anybody anything to say about them? So the priests are like that. When you are a deacon, that's the last step to ordination as a priest. They will call your name in the whole diocese, or in your particular diocese, you are not from that place. In your particular parish, if you are not from the diocese itself, but they give the list of the candidates and they call them out It's not just that you bring faults against the people. No.
Okay.
That when they are
Should be
doing
an
those
open
things,
ceremony to
yes.
present them to the people.
So
Okay.
before that ordination time, then they call out these names 3 times,
Okay.
3 different occasions, 3 Sundays usually. Then they ask people if they have anything to say about them.
Yeah.
If there are good things, you mention them. If there are bad things, you mention them. If there are very serious matters that become impediments that will stop them from going, you mention those things. Then they will sit down and consider them. Then the bishop has to take a decision that the candidate is not worthy. So they will notify the person and notify the seminary that that person is suspended, he's not being ordained. So all these people who are ordained, that's why I was saying that there was due process. That means we followed what the law of the church tells us to do. And I personally found out that they were qualified because there was no problem from the seminaries. There was no problem from their associations, the group to which they belong. There was no problem from the places where the bands were formed. So I ordained them.
Now, but what you say shows a very clean record of them. But
Yes.
why were they suspended? What reason?
They were not suspending them because they did things which are not good.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
like that. The bishop has his reasons, and I think some of them were spelled out, no?
Yeah.
You know, the suspension note was
Okay,
suspension,
okay,
not
okay,
annulled.
okay.
Suspension. Yes, they did suspend them. If there are any reasons outside of all these things I'm saying, they are questionable.
Okay.
Yes, whoever had done that.
But you, like an emeritus, I don't know if the present bishop contacted you to have a knowledge of the situation before suspending them.
No, he didn't.
He never did that. Okay. Do you know, that is, if they were ordained by you and eventually you gave them their workload?
Yes.
I don't know, has this workload changed before their suspension?
No.
Okay, they were
I ordained them following due canonical form, and I assigned them to work in the Diocese of Buea in various places.
Okay, now let us get to other matters concerning